Hello, Mr. Weber. This is my dissection of the mammal brain. I've made a longitudinal cut through the longitudinal fissure, and then also a transverse or cross section through the anterior portion of the right frontal lobe. Here we have the three outer layers, meninges, of the brain. The outermost layer, the dura mater. The middle layer would be the arachnoid layer, and then the innermost layer of the meninges is the pia mater. If we look here, we can see cranial nerve number 1, the olfactory nerve, right here on top. And then back towards the middle here, cranial nerve number 2, the optic nerve, right in here. We have the optic chiasm right here, which connects the brain to the eyes. The cerebellum we have right here. The cerebellum is the part that controls the balance and the coordination. Here we have the cerebrum, which is the largest part of the brain that controls the higher brain function, thoughts, actions, things like that. Within that we have the frontal lobe, the parietal lobe, the temporal, the frontal lobe, the parietal lobe, the temporal lobe, which is on the side, and then in the back here, which would be the occipital lobe. We have the inside here. If we look, we had to cut through that white banded tissue, which is the corpus callosum, and that's what connects the right and left hemispheres together, a band of tissue. Let's see, the thalamus. Here we got the thalamus. Might be easier to see it this way. The thalamus here is the subdivision of the brain. Here we go. Subdivision of the brain where the sensory nerves enter, and then it relays that sensory impulse from the body to the cerebral cortex. Here we have the pons, which is right down here. And then the pons is what controls the breathing and the communication and sensation, and our communication with the different parts of the brain and sensation. The medulla oblongata, or the medulla, right here. And the medulla is responsible for those involuntary functions like sneezing and blinking. So that's right here. Then if we look over here at our cross section, we can see the white matter and the gray matter. And the white matter is made of axons. The white matter there you can see really good. Made of the axons that connect the different parts of the gray matter. And then the gray matter is where the cell bodies and the dendrites, axon terminals, synapse, and transfers all that electrical activity from one cell to another. So that happens in the gray matter. And then the white, the white matter. So in the central nervous system, there's those two different kinds, the gray matter and the white matter. Let's see. Also on the outside of the brain, not so much in the cross section, but you can see the gyri and the silicus. And what those are is just the grooves or the folds or the ridges or whatever in the cerebral cortex. So you can't see them super good, but you can kind of see them on the outside better. Let's see. Right down here, another part, we have the spinal cord. I think that is everything that we need.